Missing Michael Vaughan, Monkey Mondays, where we only cover the facts. Missing Michael Vaughan, Timeline, Part 6. Gandhi once said, if we wish to create a lasting peace, we must begin with the children. About 50 miles west of Boise, Idaho, sits the Big Apple of Idaho, a small town otherwise known as Fruitland. Fruitland is a tight knit community, one that gets its names from the apple orchards that surround the family filled city. In the past 2.5 years, this quiet town of Fruitland has made national headlines, not because of its agriculture, but instead because of a missing boy, a 5-year-old who vanished one July night 2 summers ago. Fruitland, Idaho is the home of Michael Joseph Vaughn. Michael Vaughn is an inquisitive little boy. Michael, a blonde haired, blue eyed little boy, likes to climb and get into everything, which is where his family gave him his nickname of Monkey. Michael's favorite foods are macaroni and cheese, pizza, and ice cream. Michael loves monster trucks, and his favorite monster truck is Gravedigger. Michael loves to hunt and find frogs, and his favorite color is blue. Michael loves to go camping with his family and loves to catch fish while on the camping trips. Michael loves fireworks. His favorite holiday is the 4th of July because he loves to watch the dancing of the fireworks light up the night sky. During the last 2.5 years that Michael has been missing, Michael has missed 3 Halloweens, 3 Thanksgivings, 3 Christmases, 3 Easters, 2 birthdays, and 2 of his favorite holidays, the 4th of July. Michael has also missed several moments in his family's life. Michael was also excited about starting kindergarten right before he went missing. Michael has missed kindergarten and first grade, and Michael would be in the second grade right now. All of this was ripped away from Michael and his family on the evening of July 27th, 2021. Brandy Neal, Michael's mother, has described their neighborhood as a quiet, friendly, and a really safe place. It's the kind of place where you'd want to raise your children. Just down the street is Crestview Park, where in the summertime, Brandy and Tyler, along with other families in the community, would take their children in the evening to play in the splash pad. They had no way of knowing that something terrible was about to happen in this safe neighborhood. The afternoon of July 27th was a hot one. At 4 p.m., like on most days when Brandy worked, Brandy called to check in and see how things were going. Everything was normal. Michael was hanging out in the living room playing video games with his dad. He was wearing his favorite blue Minecraft t shirt and some dark blue boxer briefs. The Minecraft shirt was one of his favorites because Minecraft was a game that Monkey loved to play with his older brother. Just a couple of hours later, shortly after 6 p.m., Tyler left the living room where Michael was playing and went into a bedroom down the hall to check on his youngest daughter. While in the bedroom, he changed her diaper and called to order a pizza for dinner. He was only in the bedroom for 15 to 20 minutes at most, but when he came back out to join his son, he was hit with every parent's worst nightmare. Michael was gone. He frantically looked around his house and the surrounding area, but there was no sign of Michael Monkey Vaughn. Once Tyler realized he couldn't find his son anywhere, he made 2 panicked phone calls, one to the police and one to Brandy. You got the call at 7:04 p.m., Brandy recalled. Tyler said he couldn't find Michael. He was screaming for him, and I could hear the fear in his voice. And I froze at the moment. Um, my coworker told me was like, go. And I ran and ran. I grabbed my purse and drove as fast as I could here. The police responded to Tyler's call right away. By the time Brandy got home, she found them along with her neighbors outside searching for Michael. They had no idea the long road ahead. Fruitland's chief of police, J.D. Huff, has been leading efforts by law enforcement, and he has been keeping his cards pretty close to the vest on this one, not releasing many details. So there's a lot about this investigation we don't know. And while many online have criticized them for not sharing more with the public, it's understandable.
It is tough. You know, we've lived this case from the time that it began, and but I'm telling you, I've got a very strong, committed group of people here, and they come in here every day, and we're in this grind, and they are committed to finding Michael, and we're just not going to stop. Everybody should know that we are not going to stop until we uncover the truth in its entirety, I would say.
It's not uncommon for law enforcement to hold back the details of an investigation so they can use them to trip up the suspect or eliminate someone from suspicion. We know that right away. The police interviewed the family, all of the neighbors. Not only were investigators looking for anything suspicious, but they were working to paint a picture of exactly what was happening in the area at the time Michael went missing. From these efforts, they were able to determine that sometime after his dad left the room, Michael went outside, exiting the house through the side garage door. This is how he was able to get out without Tyler hearing him, since the front door was so loud and hard to open.
And down the street,
he would have come out of the garage. The front door is pretty hard to get out of, and you can hear that opening.
She says her son was looking for older neighborhood kids to play with.
He went to a neighbor's house. He went to another neighbor's house and another neighbor's house.
Typical, she says, for a summer night here.
Why did he go outside? And what did he do after he left the house? Investigators pieced together that once outside, Michael went to the homes of the neighbors, knocked on the door, and asked if their kids could come out to play. It's believed that Michael went to 3 different houses, and it sounds like at least one of the neighbors answered the door and said their kids were not able to come out and join him. That is the last time Michael was seen by anyone. March 22nd, 2022. Bill inspired by missing Fruitland boy headed to governor's desk.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us for the news at 10. Michael Vaughan's disappearance could lead to better alerts for other missing Idahoans. The Fruitland boy was last seen 8 months ago. On its way to the governor's desk, a proposed bill creates an endangered missing person alert to notify people in Idaho and nearby states about a missing person.
An Amber Alert never went out for Michael Vaughan, a move that drew lots of questions and criticism from a whole lot of community members. Tristan Lewis, who has been following this case since July, brings us a look at this bill. And Tristan, almost immediately after the search began, and even up until last week, people were saying, why was there not an Amber Alert given in this case?
Yeah, so I actually spoke with Idaho State Police last July, just right around when Michael disappeared, and they told me point blank, the Amber Alert never went out just because they didn't have enough proof to show that he was abducted, per se. So, like I said, law enforcement did not know if he had been abducted. Officials were able to issue a code red, but it doesn't include all the tools and possible reach an Amber Alert has that they do have. This proposed legislation would create a centralized communication system and work with nearby states to help find missing people. Nearly 8 months after 5-year-old Michael Vaughan disappeared from his home in Fruitland, his parents, Brandy Neal and Tyler Vaughan, still question why an Amber Alert was never issued.
It could have brought more awareness. It would have alerted the state of Idaho.
Gotten his face out to everyone faster.
Back in July, Idaho State Police said Michael did not fit the criteria to be issued an Amber Alert, even with his parents saying Fruitland police were pushing to get one.
Law enforcement, especially doing an investigation and have been thoroughly searching, should have that to their discretion.
Now, a bill heading to the governor's desk hopes to create the Endangered Missing Person Alert, which would notify people in Idaho and surrounding states of similar situations to Michael.
I was shocked to find out that the Amber Alert system is specifically restricted to children who there is a known abduction and there is a vehicle description.
Senator Abby Lee of Fruitland, the co-sponsor of the bill, says Michael's disappearance shook the entire community. She says an alert like this could have helped Michael's case.
We are one of the only states in the Northwest that doesn't have a statewide system. So that means that in Michael's case, we couldn't talk immediately to Oregon. We couldn't share information across borders. And so this now coordinates with all of our neighboring states too, which is so important.
For Neil and Vaughan, hearing the news of this bill gets them emotional.
I was in tears because it gives hope.
And hope is something their family has not lost as they continue to seek answers to where Michael could be.
Someone knows something.
He's out there somewhere.
If you know where Michael is, please know that Michael is loved and missed beyond everything.
I also spoke to the agencies involved searching this case. Fruitland Police Chief J.D. Huff says the department is continuing to investigate Michael's disappearance, but he says new leads have slowed down in recent weeks. They also have an FBI agent that has been working out of the Fruitland office over the last few months. And the FBI tells me they have a special agent dedicated to working with Fruitland PD to help find Michael. And Morgan and Brian, both Chief Huff and the FBI, tell me Michael's parents are fully cooperative throughout this whole entire investigation.
Tristan, you mentioned earlier you've done a story before on why an Amber Alert wasn't issued right away. She talked about how they need to have a lot of information right up front in order to send that out.
Exactly. You got to have the information to believe if a child was abducted. A lot of other details too, just vehicle description as well. So many details like that. But something like this is going to get consolidated, and hopefully we can work with partnering agencies, partnering state agencies, just to get more information out there.
All right, it's progress. Tristan Lewis, thank you.
March 24th, 2022. Fruitland Police provide update on the search for Michael Vaughan.
Fruitland Police posted an update on missing 5-year-old Michael Vaughan of Fruitland. They say the reward for Michael's safe return is reactivated until March 31st. It's grown to nearly $53,000. They also said they feel strongly they know who owns the white Honda Pilot they were looking for that was seen leaving the area Michael was last seen in around the same time. Michael went missing nearly 8 months ago. He was last seen around 6:30 p.m. on July 27th near Southwest 9th Street in Fruitland. He's 3 feet 7 inches tall, about 50 pounds, with blonde hair and blue eyes. He was wearing a blue Minecraft sweatshirt and dark blue briefs at the time of his disappearance. Police say they are working with new information from the time frame that will hopefully give them some new leads. They said there is a high probability of abduction in this case. Police said they're still looking for more information on that white Honda Pilot, as well as any information on Michael. You can contact findmichael@fruitland.org or Crime Stoppers at 343cops.com with any information you might have.
March 27th, 2022. 8 months missing. Sunday marks 8 months since the disappearance of 5-year-old Michael Joseph Vaughan from Fruitland. The reward fund for his safe return has been reactivated until Thursday, according to the Fruitland Police Department's Facebook post on March 24th. Michael has been missing since July 27th, and his photos have been widely circulated on signs, posters, flyers, and banners throughout the community, region, and nation. Yard signs and glossy flyers are still available at local stores, including Kenny and Keel True Value Hardware in Ontario, where Michael's grandfather regularly drops off flyers for the public to distribute. On Friday afternoon, the last yard sign had already been given out, but flyers were still available at the front counter. The latest update states, "We are working through newly obtained data from that time frame and are hopeful that will produce new leads." Initially, police did not confirm if Michael was believed to have been abducted, keeping all options open. They noted that without a suspect or vehicle, an Amber Alert could not be issued. However, the potential crime abductions aspect became our primary focus several months ago. Extensive searches by water, air, and ground have been conducted by professional search and rescue units with canines, law enforcement agencies, and community volunteers, but no coordinated ground searches are planned unless new credible tips emerge. Police have received nearly 850 leads, most of which have been cleared. The reward fund for Michael's safe return stands at $52,860, with donations appreciated. The fund is periodically reactivated to maintain accountability and urgency. Individuals with credible information are urged to report it immediately. The Fruitland Police Department expressed gratitude to local media for spreading Michael's story nationwide and asked the public to share only the official poster from the Fruitland Police Department and the Idaho Missing Persons Clearinghouse. The official poster is available online. Michael has been listed on the Idaho Missing Persons Clearinghouse since the night he vanished and remains on the endangered records list. The public is encouraged to keep Michael, his family, and investigators in their prayers. The Fruitland Police Department thanked those who support Michael's family and law enforcement efforts, emphasizing the importance of avoiding conjecture and focusing on finding Michael. Bittersweet. Governor Little signs law inspired by missing Fruitland boy, April 27th, 2022.
Brad Little today signing Senate Bill 1378 into law. It's also known as Monkey's Law. That's the nickname for Michael Vaughan. He's the 5-year-old boy from Fruitland who's been missing now for 8 months. No alert was issued when he came up missing. This bill corrects that.
Passed Idaho's first ever endangered missing persons alert, what we call Monkey's Law. Monkey's Law established an emergency alert system that lets us send out alerts parallel to the Amber Alert system, so that no other family will have to suffer the anguish of not seeing an alert when an endangered missing person or child is kidnapped.
This is monumental to Idaho law enforcement. I just want to make sure that everybody understands how big that is for us.
Now, Chief Huff says they continuously are working on finding Michael. Tips are still coming in. By the way, Michael's parents were there today for the signing of the bill. And here again is a picture of Michael. He's 5 years old, 3 feet 7 inches tall, weighs about 50 pounds. If you know something that could bring Michael home, email the tip to findmichael@fruitland.org.
An update.
This is Sarah Wandra, 35 years old. Sarah lives at 1102 Red Wing Street in Fruitland and was living there at the time of Michael's disappearance. We believe that Sarah has firsthand knowledge and is involved in Michael's abduction. This is Sarah's husband, Stacy Wandra, 30 years old, a male. Stacy was also living at 1102 Red Wing Street in Fruitland and was living there at the time of Michael's disappearance. We believe that Stacy has firsthand knowledge and is involved in the abduction of Michael Vaughan. This is Brandon Shirtliff, 30 years old, of Kuna, Idaho. Brandon was living with Sarah and Stacy Wandra at 1102 Red Wing Street at the time of Michael's disappearance, and we believe Brandon has firsthand knowledge of Michael's abduction. Brandon is currently believed to be in North Dakota. Adrian Lucien, 32-year-old male out of Toledo, Ohio. Adrian was staying with Sarah and Stacy Wandra at 1102 Red Wing Street at the time of Michael's disappearance, and we believe that Adrian has firsthand knowledge of Michael's abduction. Adrian is currently believed to be in Toledo, but floats between Ohio and California. I strongly encourage Shirtliff and Lucien to contact the Fruitland Police Department detectives as the window of time for talking and cooperation is coming to a close.
Please keep sharing Michael's beautiful face. We need these suspects to talk, and they are suspects. And please continue to support law enforcement. They're doing an incredible job. They're not stopping. They made me a promise just like I made Michael a promise. So please support them as well and our community. Keep them all in your thoughts and prayers as well, please.
And we're just not going to stop. Everybody should know that. We are not going to stop until we uncover the truth in its entirety, I would say.
I am here to ask you all. I'm here to ask you, please, for your help. I am here to ask you to please keep Michael's face, his name, and his story in every one of your hearts, your eyes, and your minds.
Please, please, bring Michael home, please, please, please.
He's beyond missed and beyond loved, and we need him. We need him.
He's coming home, and we're waiting for him. We're all waiting for him. Every single one of us are waiting for him, and we are going to bring him home.
to keep Michael's name out there, keep Michael's face out there. And, you know, we're going to bring him home. We're going to find him. We're going to get answers.
Michael Joseph Vaughan, affectionately known as Monkey, entered the world on June 24th, 2016, as the beloved son of Brandy Neal and Tyler Vaughan. With an adventurous spirit and a zest for life, Michael embodies the purest essence of joy. Blessed with captivating blue eyes and golden blonde locks, Michael's playful demeanor has endeared him to all who know him. However, tragedy struck when Michael went missing on July 27th, 2021, from Fruitland, Idaho, at the tender age of 5. Standing at 3 feet, 7 inches tall, and weighing approximately 50 pounds, Michael was last seen wearing a light blue t shirt adorned with a Minecraft logo, dark blue boxer briefs, and sandals. Despite extensive efforts by both the community and law enforcement, Michael's whereabouts remain unknown. Authorities have determined that Michael was taken near his home on Southwest 9th Street at Arizona between 6:40 p.m. and 7 p.m. The Fruitland Police Department is urging anyone with information to come forward immediately, calling 1-208-642-6006 or dialing 911. The unwavering vigilance and support of the community are crucial in bringing Michael safely back home to his family.
I need you to know how much Michael is loved. I need you to know how much he is missed. Our family is broken.
You can't take one of our most precious citizens from us and ever expect us to stop.
He's coming home.
If you have any information on Michael, please call the Fruitland Police Department at 208-642-6006. Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-TIPS and 1-800-222-8477. Or call the National Center of Missing and Exploited Children at 1-800-843-5678 or dial 911. Hope is why we are here.